All right, my people, welcome back onto this channel. This is another strong one reaching us. Afenifere to Tinubu. Time to restructure Nigeria is now. Yes, onto this, the Pan-Yoruba Socio-Cultural and Political Organization Afenifere has told President Bola Tinubu to put machinery in motion for the purpose of restructuring Nigeria. This is contained in a communique issued at the end of Afenifere's general meeting held at the Akure residence of the leader Ripayuben Fasoranti on Wednesday. Alright, onto this, it had been made clear that the communique was signed by Comrade Jare Ajayi, National Publicity Secretary Afenifere Worldwide. The body said the unfortunate blast in Ibadan clearly underscored the need to allow the federating unit in the country to control mineral resources in their respective areas, with particular reference to mining and then exploitation. The reasoning behind this was that had it been that states were in control of mining, for instance, your state government was likely to know how explosives were being moved from such would have made last week's erroneous blast that claimed many lives, traumatized hundreds of people, and then destroyed properties running into billions of naira would have been prevented. Afenifere again reiterated that the time for restructuring the country is now. It therefore urges President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to set the machinery in motion for the purpose. The organization took note of the fact that the president and non-Democrats and Federalists would not hesitate to do things that will quicken the country's quest for true federalism, in which people would have self-determination within the context of one nation that is genuinely democratic and federal, the communique said. Afenifere also took note of the report that Miyetti Allah Hall set up a 1,144 strong nomad vigilante militia in Nasarawa, ostensibly to provide security for Fulani herders. Well, Tinubu has no plan to relocate federal capital to Lagos anyway. Well, meanwhile, Afenifere was the opinion that Miyetti Allah, being a non-state actor, should not have power to do a thing like that. He therefore considered the action of the Department of State Security (DSS) to checkmate Miyetti Allah on the issue as timely and then in order, it stated. The meeting expressed the hope that Tinubu's renewed hope agenda would be given the necessary push so that life would be easier for the people of Nigeria. Among the means of achieving this are taking steps that would strengthen the value of our currency, the naira, reduce cost of energy fuel in particular through local production of petroleum products, as well as regular supply of electricity. In view of the current high cost of living, Afenifere urged the federal government through its various organs in charge of finance and fiscal policies to accelerate actions that will strengthen the value of our currency, enhance productivity, reduce cost of items and then services, all geared towards reducing inflation and then enhancing the welfare of the people, it stated. The organization renewed its call on government in Yoruba speaking states to further encourage the teaching and then usage of Yoruba language in schools. This can be done by making the language the medium for teaching at elementary and then lower level of secondary education, as well as making it compulsory for students at school certificate examination level, it added. It also urged parents and their guardians to teach their children the language as well as encourage its usage as much as possible, both in verbal and literary communication. All right, my brother, my sister, this is another strong one that is reaching us. Afenifere to Tinubu. Time to restructure Nigeria is now. All right. Well, I think this had been overflogged a long time ago, but the fact remains that some group of people have their own agenda on this. Yes, so what some set of people are actually talking about is actually different from what some are still talking about. That now takes me to that part that I have said it, that no, what we need right now is we coming together as one. In fact, one voice, which is voice of the truth. Yes, so not that some group of people will say, oh, we want restructuring, while others will let you understand that no, we don't need restructuring. What we want is let us finally go our separate ways. Yes, so right now, which one do you think is the best for us, going our separate ways or restructuring things for a better nation? And then when you take a look at that, you will notice that as far as this country is concerned, it's only the good Lord that will help us. If there is no one voice, if there is no togetherness, my brother, my sister, it will be very difficult for things to work out. That's why we have found ourselves in this situation right now. Yes, we have found ourselves in this situation because even when some group of people are trying to say, okay, fine, let us cooperate on that restructuring, some will still come out to destabilize the movement. That's exactly what the problem had been. Yes, and the group had been saying, oh, let us go our separate ways. They have tried it. Okay, fine, they've tried restructuring, which never worked, and this time around they have now said that as far as this country is concerned, there is no one Nigeria. So the best way for us is better go our separate ways so that we will know how to control ourselves. My brother, my sister, this is exactly what it is. Well, if care is not taken, it's only the good Lord that will help us. How much is naira, the exchange to dollar right now? That's exactly what we are talking about. 1,375 naira to dollar. Oh my goodness, my brother, my sister, where are we going? Where are we going today? Because right now, the way the whole thing is nothing to write home about. And then if we continue like this, things will keep getting expensive that people will not even be able to cater for their own basic needs anymore. That's what we are talking about. Yes, you can't expect the dollar to keep increasing and expect commodities to be cheap. No. And how much is the salary of these people? That's exactly what we are talking about. Once there is one voice, I am very sure things will work out for good. A lot of people are reacting. In fact, they've reacted in different forms onto this one. And then as it stands, I think the needful had to be done. What is the way forward? Yeah, so please let me have your own take in the comment section onto this, and then remember to subscribe for more updates if you are just joining us on this channel for the first time. All right, thanks and God bless.